Federal government launches special military operation over North Central insecurity. Presidential election holds February 20 next year as INEC releases 2027 election timetable. Governor Makinde presents crowns to elevated Oyo Obas. And on the foreign scene, Cyclone Gazani kills 40, displaces thousands in Madagascar. Good evening, and thank you for joining us on News Around the World here on BCOS Television. I am Idowu Shekoni. The sign language interpreter is Shakirat Ugundeji. The federal government has intensified security operations across Nigeria's north-central region. This followed terrorist attacks that left about 75 villagers dead in Kwara State. The renewed offensive, codenamed Operation Savannah Shield, involves the deployment of military personnel, police units, and National Forest Guards to reinforce security in vulnerable communities. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, made this known today in a statement. The minister added that the government is committed to protecting lives. The operation, backed by enhanced intelligence gathering and rapid response protocols, falls under President Bola Tinubu's expanded security mandate. In the meantime, the federal government has ordered the immediate withdrawal and redeployment of police officers previously assigned to VIP escort duties. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, announced the move. It marks a strategic pivot from protecting private individuals to safeguarding the public. The decision to pull officers from VIP protection comes on the heels of the devastating terrorist attack in Kwara State, where 75 villagers were reported killed. Reactions have continued to trail the allegation of religious freedom violation brought by some United States lawmakers against ex-Kano Governor Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso. The American lawmakers also listed some socio-cultural and political groups in the country. Respondents who spoke with BCOS reporter Olamiposi Shola sought proper investigation into the controversial development.
The process of banning former Kano State Governor and one-time Defense Minister, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, from entering United States has begun. These also involved Fulani ethnic nomadic militias in Nigeria, the Maeti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACMAN, and Maeti Allah Cattle Or. 5 U.S. congressmen, including Riley Moore, Chris Smith, Brian Mast, Mario Diaz-Balart, and Beke Uzenga, are sponsoring the move. The lawmakers have initiated a bill titled Nigeria Religious Freedom and Accountability Act of 2026. Moore last year accused Nigeria of Christian genocide, an accusation later embraced by U.S. President Donald Trump, following which he issued threats of an impending attack on Nigeria. This development has generated reactions from members of the public. A communications scholar, Dr. Binga Bamidele, said there is a need for proper investigation on the matter.
I think U.S. just want to reduce the number of visitors to their country. It is not as if he has been arrested or been threatened with arrest. I don't think so. But I know, to the best of my understanding with him, because I also know him to some extent, and I know that that kind of allegation doesn't belong to him. However, if there is any modicum of suspicion, I think they should do the right thing so that they can further do investigations and then they arrive at a conclusion. So for now, however, I view the whole thing as an allegation that needs to be investigated or substantiated.
Also, an educationist and politician, Chief Said Oladele, shared his view on the latest development.
Whoever is corrupt should have their visa banned. They should stay back and fix this country now. Is it everybody that gets an opportunity to travel out? You understand? So Donald Trump should just make sure that he does not do it discriminately. You understand? So I believe that whoever deserves to be banned should be banned. So opinions may differ. You understand? But any politician that deserves to be banned should be banned. If you merit it, they will give you American visa. Politicians that deserve to be banned should be banned. But politicians that have a clean record should be allowed to travel anywhere in the world.
Should a bill pending before the United States U.S. Congress be passed, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso could face U.S. Congress visa ban and asset seizure. Olamikbosi Ishola, BCOS News.
You're watching news around the world on BCOS television. We have a short commercial break. Please stay tuned.
Win your share of 3 billion naira with Nivea. 1,000 naira airtime guaranteed with every entry. Become one of 10 millionaires weekly. Or win a chance to see Real Madrid live. 3 SUVs to be won. Buy any Nivea 400ml promo product, scratch and dial to enter.
I am the chef of life.
Mr. Chef, it's a 2-finger crush.
Pass me the chicken and all buckets.
Chef of life. I am the chef of life. Chef of life with Mr. Chef.
Mama Maka, we got this.
With Mr. Chef, a simple crush turns meals into culture and moments into memories.
The true taste of home
and culture.
Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
Let your power flow.
Old age was no barrier for Sarah's womb to be blessed. Hannah cried unto the Lord, and her womb was blessed. The Hebrew women gave birth before the midwives arrived. Tap into the word of God that there shall be no one barren, and join your faith with others to say, my womb is blessed. A program for waiting couples and pregnant women at Faith Bible Church, Yanolopa, Akobo Ibadan. Comes up second Saturday of the month at 10 a.m. In Jesus' name, Reverend Dr. and Professor Mrs. O.O. Olawoye, God's chosen servant, will impart your marriage with fruitfulness. Torí Ọlọ́run sọ wípé ẹnikẹ́ni kì yóò yàgàn. Àkókò rẹ̀ nìyí láti sọ pé my womb is blessed. Ìwọ náà yóò sì fi inú ṣe oyún. Ó sì gbé ọmọ rẹ̀ jó. Sátidé kejì lóṣooṣù ní my womb is blessed ní dédé agogo 10 àárọ̀ ní Faith Bible Church Ìyànà-Ọlọ́pàá Àkóbọ̀ Ìbàdàn.
People in diaspora can join us live on Facebook and YouTube. My womb is blessed.
And let Reverend Dr. and Professor Mrs. O.O. Olawoye pray with you.
08056593746
and see God in action. Jesus is Lord.
Welcome back. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released the official timetable for the 2027 general elections. The timetable outlined key dates for voting, party primaries, campaigns, and voter registration. According to the schedule, the presidential and National Assembly elections will be held on Saturday, February 20, 2027. Governorship and State Houses of Assembly elections will follow 2 weeks after on Saturday, March 6, 2027. Campaigns for the presidential and National Assembly elections will run from November 18, 2026 to February 19, 2027, while campaigns for the governorship and State Assembly elections will begin on December 15, 2026 and end on March 5, 2027. Meanwhile, two learned gentlemen, Adebimpe Adilowo and Sharafaddin Sani, have called for more liberal technology-driven voting system in Nigeria. They stress that electoral reforms must focus on improving efficiency in the electoral process. The two legal practitioners were discussing the raging controversies and public debate over the Electoral Act amendment on the BCOS TV Current Affairs Breakfast program, AM 120. Fedora Folagboye monitored the program and compiled this report.
Controversies surrounding proposed amendment to the Electoral Act continue to generate debates across Nigeria's political landscape as stakeholders weigh the need for reforms against concerns about transparency, inclusiveness, and credibility. At the center of the discussion are issues of voting, access, technology adoption, and electoral integrity. Speaking on BCOS AM 120, legal practitioner Adebimpe Adelowo Esquire said Nigeria requires further amendments to its Electoral Act to address emerging challenges in the electoral process. He stressed the need to make voting more liberal and accessible, noting that citizens should not have to shut down their businesses in both urban and rural areas just to cast their votes.
If truly we want free and fair election and we want everybody to participate, then we should not be talking of this kind of things between now and next year. If truly we want what we want, we're only talking about the problem. Why can't we talk about solution to that problem? Between now and next year, the government, if truly we are sorry, we want to, we are sincere, we want free and fair election, we can deploy best technology between now and next year. This is February amendment. Now, the problem is this. When we have the type of people we have in National Assembly or as our legislators, then we have problem. Because initially, many of them didn't get the mandate of their people to come in. We may want to call it assumption, but this is what we witness. Now, observers, the observers, the elections observers have come up with their reports, and all these things are stated. You remember that in some areas, there were violence, who not vote in that area. But yet, nothing happened. How many elections offenders are prosecuted?
Also on the program, legal practitioner Sharafaddin Sani Esquire described Nigeria's accreditation process as hybrid, noting that the country should begin a gradual transition to full electronic voting. He called for collaboration with mobile network providers to expand coverage in rural areas, stressing that although it would require significant investment, it is necessary to address recurring network failures during elections.
You need input of professional bodies, you need input of political parties, you need input of ordinary Nigerians. And this time around, professional bodies that are now, or pressure groups that are now, wasting their time on the streets, what they ought to do after the election, we are not good students of history. After the last election, we've seen the downfall, we've seen the plus side of it, we've seen just what I'm trying to say is we've seen the good side and the bad side of it. The bad side of it, instead of us to get prepared for the next 4 years and see how we can journey through it to get it amended.
Born legal practitioners acknowledge ongoing government efforts, but urge authorities to intensify reforms aimed at strengthening the electoral system and ensuring credibility, inclusiveness, and efficiency. Fedora Afolagwe, BCOS News.
We are due for another timeout. Please don't go away.
Win your share of 3 billion naira with Nivea. 1,000 naira airtime guaranteed with every entry. Become one of 10 millionaires weekly. Or win a chance to see Real Madrid live. 3 SUVs to be won. Buy any Nivea 400ml promo product, scratch and dial to enter.
Buy any participating Coca-Cola glass or PET bottle and stand a chance to win your share of 600 million naira in cash and seriously tasty prizes. There's 2 new millionaires every single day, plus over 50 million naira in weekly prizes. It's easy. Scan the QR code. Find your unique code under the cap or tab and check to see if you've won. Coca-Cola, a recipe for wonder.
Alright everyone, open your ears, make we talk. Time don't reach to rearrange the sounds to give una small wisdom. Sounds might be fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Before una go talk, say our smell no reach. Make una think I'm twice so.
Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world?
Colgate
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection unlocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boosts with calcium for lifelong smiles.
Mom, it's a time to brush. No more cover mouth. Because Colgate, that's who do yaga with your smile.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Governor Seyi Makinde has formally presented staffs of office and crowns to newly elevated Obas in Oyo land. Governor Makinde charged the traditional rulers to foster peace, inclusiveness, and unwavering support for the government. Governor's office correspondent Olalekan Suleiman covered the event held at Olivet Baptist High School premises in Oyo town. Details.
The Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo, on Friday became a hub of cultural splendor as sons and daughters of Oyo town, alongside dignitaries from across the state and beyond, gathered to witness the coronation and presentation of staff of office to 14 newly installed Obas in Oyo land. Speaking at the ceremony, the state governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, represented by his deputy, Barrister Bayo Lawal, reaffirmed the state government's respect for traditional institutions. He stated that the administration holds traditional rulers in high esteem and remain fully committed to policies and initiatives that strengthen traditional institutions, promote peaceful coexistence, and drive sustainable development across the state. Governor Makinde urged the newly crowned monarchs to uphold the values of integrity, fairness, and selfless service, stressing that traditional rulers play a vital role in grassroots governance and community development.
On behalf of His Excellency, Executive Governor for your state, I extend warm congratulations to our revered candidates who have been formally crowned today. His Excellency's unwavering commitment to strengthening our traditional institutions, promoting peace, and accelerating sustainable development across Oyo State continues to inspire confidence and unity among our people. Your ascension to the esteemed status of crown-bearing Obas is not only a recognition of your leadership, but also reaffirmation of the enduring relevance of our traditional institutions in governance, peace building, and community development.
Delivering the acceptance speech on behalf of the 14 monarchs, the Elepe of Iseke, Oba Abel Oyekan, expressed profound appreciation to Governor Seyi Makinde for his unwavering support for this traditional institution in the state, while pledging the full cooperation and loyalty of the newly crowned Obas to the Oyo State government.
I express our profound appreciation to the government of Oyo State for this honor and recognition. Today is not just a ceremony, it is a sacred responsibility. The crown symbolizes service, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to the peace and progress of our people. We accept this responsibility with humility and deep sense of duty.
Earlier in his welcome address, the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters, Otuba Ademola Ojo, commended Governor Makinde for his magnanimity and commitment to the traditional institution. He described the event as more than a coronation ceremony, noting that it symbolized the reaffirmation of Oyo land's rich heritage, enduring traditions, and sacred monarchical institutions that have remained the backbone of governance, culture, and unity over the years. In their goodwill messages, a former Speaker of Oyo State House of Assembly, Senator Mansurat Sumanu, alongside the Chief Whip of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Honorable Benga Oyekola, applauded Governor Makinde for the elevation of the monarchs and offered prayers for peaceful and prosperous reigns in their respective domains. The monarchs presented with stars of office include Alagwo of Agwo land, Oba David Oyediran, Bayaji of Oyo, Oba Afonja Mukaila, Alajagba of Oyo, Oba Samuel Odurinde, Onashokun of Oyo, Oba Isiaka Titiloye, Onimileke of Imileke, Oba Fakayode Alowonle, Onigudugu of Gudugu, Oba Salawu Oyeniran, Olodu of Ojongodu, Oba Olaniyi Adegboye, Alapara of Apara, Oba Tijani Ajeigbe. Others are Onidode of Idode land, Oba Oyeleke Yusuf, Iba Samo of Oyo Empire, Oba Lamidi Jimo, Alagoja of Agoja land, Oba Gani Busari, Agbakin of Oyo, Oba Asimiyu Jimo, Alakeitan of Akeitan, Oba Jimo Oyeleye, and Elepe of Iseke, Oba Abel Oyekan. The event attracted top government functionaries and traditional rulers from across the state, including the Olubade of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, who was represented by Oba Amidu Ajibade Olalekan Sulaiman. BCOS News.
The relationship between radio and artificial intelligence is cooperative, not competitive. This allows for collective enhancing of broadcast quality and reinforcement of community relations. The Chief Executive Officer of Janet Joseph Media Agency, Mrs. Bolatito Joseph, made this submission at an event focused on radio and artificial intelligence during the 2026 World Radio Day celebrations. BCOS reporter Fedora Afolagbuyi covered the event organized by Ratau, Oyo State Council, at the BCOS Ratau Hall in Ibadan. Here is our report.
The occasion of World Radio Day was marked with great enthusiasm by the Radio, Television, Theatre and Arts Workers Union of Nigeria, RATAU, bringing together broadcasters, reporters and journalists in a festive gathering. February 13 marks World Radio Day, a global celebration inaugurated by UNESCO in 2011 and adopted by the United Nations in 2012, highlighting radio's pivotal role in promoting dialogue, education, information access, and cultural diversity, as well as its ability to reach diverse audiences worldwide, especially marginalized groups. The chairman of the day, Ambassador Olufemi Ajadi, greeted guests and praised Ratau for their work on the event during his remarks. He explained the theme's significance as artificial intelligence becomes increasingly prevalent worldwide, and emphasized the importance of striking a balance in its integration within radio broadcasting.
If you are not keeping your audience, if you are not engaging your audience with a good information, with the factual information, definitely whenever they tune to your station and they realize that you are the one communicating, they may just say, okay, please, that's the guy that always nagging on the radio, that always make nonsense of it. Please tune it to another radio. But when you are communicating something that is efficient, something that communicates good messages to the general public, definitely people will always want to listen to your program.
The guest speaker, Mrs. Bolatito Janet Joseph, highlighted the dependability and accessibility of radio, noting that artificial intelligence serves as a supportive tool rather than a replacement for human voice, thereby advancing broadcasting. She cautioned broadcasters to use AI thoughtfully, stressing that it lacks the capacity to match human judgment and creative capabilities.
AI has come to stay, and in it coming to stay, it is to enhance it's a tool to enhance enhance broadcasting. So we should have no fear that AI has come to take our job, but to enhance our business of speaking.
The chairman of Ratau in Oyo State, Comrade Kehinde Olayade, welcomed participants and noted that the day was not only about celebrating radio, but also the voices on air and the professionals behind the scenes. He stressed that while AI is already influencing radio content, technology must support human creativity rather than replace it, and should be applied responsibly, ethically, and professionally.
So if UNESCO has set aside February 13 as a World Radio Day, I think the nice thing for us as a union that has radio under it, there isn't for us to celebrate it and appreciate ourselves and our members that have been working over the years, from ranging from news departments, programs, finance, marketing, and all those that have been working in the radio sector.
The event attracted dignitaries who delivered goodwill messages, including the chairman of Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS, Mrs. Dotun Olaiton, among others. Highlights of the celebration included award presentations to the head of service Oyo State, Mrs. Olubumi Oni, Executive Secretary Oisha, Dr. Olushola Akande, among others, and a cultural dance performance by the Oyo State Dance Cultural Troupe. Fedora Afolagwe, BCOS News.
You're still watching news around the world on BCOS television. We are due for another commercial break. We'll be right back.
This Ramadan, it's not the season to hide, it's the season to let my beauty shine. Nivea Nourishing Cocoa Lotion 5-in-1 Complete Care. Discover deep nourishment with cocoa butter, deep moisture serum, and vitamin E for long-lasting moisture and protection from dry and ashy skin without the greasy feel. Get the Nivea Nourishing Cocoa Glow this Ramadan. Skin is for always shining. Nivea is for skin.
Buy any participating Coca-Cola glass or PET bottle and stand a chance to win your share of 600 million naira in cash and seriously tasty prizes. There's 2 new millionaires every single day, plus over 50 million naira in weekly prizes. It's easy. Scan the QR code. Find your unique code under the cap or tab and check to see if you've won. Coca-Cola, a recipe for wonder.
Alright everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Time don't reach to rearrange his house to give us a small wisdom. Sounds mighty fresh now, but in our own, I beg no be so. Before I go talk, say our smell no reach. Make not think I'm twice so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world?
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection unlocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boost with calcium for lifelong smiles.
Mom, it's a time to brush. No more cover mouth.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
Glad to know you're still there. Nigeria has secured a permanent seat on the board of the African Central Bank. This major strategic gain was recorded at the ongoing 39th African Union Summit. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugar, confirmed this at the summit on Friday. He highlighted the achievement as a significant milestone for Nigeria and the West African region. He added that this represents a diplomatic breakthrough, mentioning that the move faced initial opposition from some AU member states. Away from that, the National Business and Technical Examinations Board, NAPTEP, and the National Examinations Council, NECO, have inaugurated a joint technical committee to harmonize operations and strengthen institutional collaboration in Nigeria's public examination system. The chief executives of both organizations led their management teams in deliberations aimed at strengthening exams administration and advancing shared institutional objectives. The deliberations offered an opportunity to renew and deepen institutional partnership through learning-based engagement. Both organizations sought broader coordination among examination bodies. The 10-member technical committee, comprising 5 representatives from each organization, is expected to develop operational frameworks and harmonize strategies. The remains of evangelist Joseph Olukunle Akinade, who transited at the age of 80, have been laid to rest amidst glowing tributes and reflections on a life devoted to God and service to humanity. The funeral service held at Christ Anglican Church, Alalubosa, attracted family members, church leaders, friends, and well-wishers. BCOS's Bimisola Adebayo now reports.
The auditorium of Christ Anglican Church, Alalubosa, Buri, Ibadan, was filled to capacity as sympathizers from far and near assembled to honor evangelist Joseph Akinade, who slept in the Lord barely 2 months after celebrating his 80th birthday. Delivering a sermon titled, Be Prepared, the vicar of the church, Reverend Canon Joseph Akinkwade, emphasized the need for Christians to live purposeful and righteous lives. He reminded the congregation that life is transient and urged them to remain steadfast in faith and committed to God's service. The cleric described the late evangelist Akinade as a devoted servant of God whose passion for evangelism and dedication to church growth left indelible marks within the Anglican community.
This race that they are running is for a short period of time, and as such, they have to do all within their reach to ensure that their coming to earth is not in vain.
The body of the late evangelist was later interred within the church premises and the presence of family members and well-wishers. In separate interviews, some of his children described their father as caring, disciplined, and loving, noting that he ensured unity and harmony within the family.
My father is a caring father. He even cared for us more than our mother. He cared for us. He did not want us to suffer.
The best thing I could say about him is how hard he fought to unite all the children. Not only the children, the extended family. He's a unifier.
He teaches us the way of the Lord. He taught us how to behave, how to talk, how to speak, how to relate with people.
My dad was loving, he was caring, he was God-fearing. I wrote this in my true books that Baba me, Abiamoto. So
late evangelist Joseph Akinade, a native of Ijaye in Akinyele local government area of Oyo State, was well educated and served as a professional firefighter. He remained steadfast in his Christian faith until his passing on October 11, 2025. Bimisola Adebayo, BCOS News.
And the soul of the departed, rest in peace. Oyo State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Inclusion, Mrs. Toyin Balogun, has reaffirmed her ministry's commitment to the welfare and empowerment of the girl child. She gave this assurance in Ibadan while presenting prizes to winners at the Inter-House Sports Contest of Yejide Girls Grammar School. Our reporter, Francis Aina, will stare to bring the details.
During the Inter-House Sports Competition at Yejide Girls Grammar School, students from different houses showcased their athletic prowess and discipline through track and novelty races, fostering teamwork and school pride. The field event attracted considerable participation from students, staff, visiting schools, and parents. The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Inclusion, Honorable Toyin Balogun, acknowledged the school's handwork in executing the competition and emphasized the vital contribution of sports to educational development.
As we have a First Lady today, who is a chartered engineer, it tells us that there's no limit to what the girl child can achieve. All this goes to show is that the girl child has inherent latent potentials. All you have to do is reach deep within yourself. Take advantage of all the opportunities available to you in terms of education, in terms of vocational training, to become the best version of yourself that you could possibly be, that your parents will be proud of.
In her welcome address, Mrs. Titilayo Olalekun, Senior Principal of Yejide Girls Grammar School, highlighted that the true spirit of the competition lies not in winning, but in putting forth one's best efforts. Additionally, she emphasized the significance of sports in fostering unity and encouraging students to derive valuable lessons from their experiences.
It's part of the school curriculum. So we are just carrying out what's in the school curriculum to build team spirit, discipline, and teamwork. Nobody knew that they are going to be awarded the cash gift that Excellency gave to them. And so we appreciate it. And I'm sure it will encourage these students to do more.
Upon conclusion of the competition, Red House was declared the overall winner with 139 points, followed by Green House in second place and Blue House in third, while Yellow House secured the award for Best Match Past Performance with 53 points. The occasion showcased the presentation of gifts to invited schools and notable houses, trophies to champions, and monetary awards to outstanding students in sports. Frances Aino, BCOS News.
For more sports stories, we'll now go over to the sports segment of the news. Please don't go away.
Good evening, and welcome to the sports segment of the evening news. My name is Toby Ajewale.
A thrilling Captain's Day unfolded at the Ibadan Golf Club on February 11th with standard performances lighting up the professional golf tournament. In the professionals category, M. Adeyemo claimed the top spot with a stellar display, while MD Edet took runners-up honors at 76, and A. Sanusi and EOB shared third place on 79. Young talent also shone brightly, as Khalifa Muazu won the Tiger Junior Caddy Division with a score of 91, ahead of Emmanuel Simon with a score of 101. Joshua Stephen topped the Tiger Senior Caddy event with 86, followed by Tomiwa Akinloye with a score of 89. In the Ibadan Golf Club Junior Caddy category, Meshak Jubril triumphed at 101, with Jamiu Abdulkadir with a score of 107 and Seidu Musa 109, rounding up the podium. The Senior Caddy Division saw Tokpe Ujuokpe victorious on 79 ahead of Sheon Sani on 83 and Elvis Gospower with 85. The event underscored the rising talent and competitive spirit in Ibadan Golf. And to football stories, the Nigeria Premier Football League has confirmed rescheduled dates for Rivers United 5 postponed matches delayed by their CAF Champions League commitment. Finidi George's side, pushing for another title, will face Kwara United away on Wednesday, February 18th, a matchday 22 fixture in Ilorin. Barao Football Club at home on Wednesday, February 25th, a week 25 fixture in Port Harcourt. El Kanemi Warriors at home on Wednesday, March 4th, a matchday 23 at the Adokia Messi Marker Stadium, and Shooting Stars away on Thursday, March 12th at the MKO Abiola Sports Arena. The last rescheduled game will see Niger Tornadoes fixture away on Thursday, March 19th at the Lafayette City Stadium. And to the continent of Africa, where Confederation of African Football CAF President Dr. Patrice Motsepe has announced intentions to expand the African Cup of Nations finals from 24 to 28 teams. The change aims to boost competitiveness, prove more opportunities for nations to compete at the highest level, and support the overall growth of African football. Additionally, the tournament will shift to a 4-year cycle moving forward, allowing better preparation, squad development, and sustained excellence. Stay with football. Tottenham Hotspur has secured Igor Tudor as interim head coach until the end of the season, following the sacking of Thomas Frank earlier this week. With Spurs sitting 5 points above the relegation zone, the 47-year-old Croatian, previously at Juventus, Lazio, Marseille, and others, steps in ahead of the squad's returning to training. Tudor, who won the Croatian Cup with Hajduk Split and enjoyed a successful playing career at Juventus, could earn a permanent role if results impress. Other candidates like Mauricio Pochettino and Roberto De Zerbi remain in the mix for the summer. And finally, in sport news tonight from boxing, Tyson Fury is set to return to the ring on April 11th at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, facing unbeaten Russian heavyweight Aslabek Makhmudov in a boxing bout. The 37-year-old former champion, who retired after his December 2024 loss to Alexander Usyk, breaks his latest hiatus against the 36-year-old Makhmudov. A press conference is slated for Monday, February 16th at the venue, the same site for Fury's 2022 win over Derek Chisora.
And that will be all. And it's back to news around the world. My name is Toby Ajwali.
Thanks, Toby. Nearly 40 people have been killed and more than 12,000 others displaced after Cyclone Gizani hit Madagascar's second largest city earlier this week. This is as Mozambique braces for the storm's arrival. Foreign Desk Editor Folashade Akintola compiled details of this and other stories from across the globe. Folashade's report is presented by Bimbo Akobi.
Updating its tools as assessments progressed, Madagascar's National Office for Risk and Disaster Management said it had recorded 38 deaths, while 6 people remained missing and at least 374 were injured. Madagascar's new leader, Colonel Michael Randrianirina, has declared a national disaster and called for international solidarity, saying the cyclone had ravaged up to 75% of Tuamasina and surroundings. According to the BNGRC, more than 18,000 homes were destroyed in the cyclone, with at least 50,000 damaged or flooded. The regional specialized meteorological on where security forces should be deployed within the next few days in the Western Cape and in Gauteng to deal with gang violence and illegal mining.
Organized crime is now the most immediate threat to our democracy, our society, and our economic development. Our primary focus this year is on stepping up the fight against organized crime and criminal syndicates.
South Africa has one of the highest homicide rates in the world, with approximately 60 deaths each day involving killings in wars between drug gangs in areas of Cape Town and mass shooting linked to illegal mining in Johannesburg's Gauteng province. The Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP, claimed a thumping win on Friday in the first elections held since a deadly 2024 uprising, with leader Tariq Rahman poised to become Prime Minister. Senior Secretary of the Election Commission, Akhtar Ahmed, told reporters in the capital, Dhaka, that the BNP had secured 209 seats, topping a two-thirds majority in the 300-seat parliament.
Basically, it's a fascinating moment for us because after 17 years, we got the opportunity to vote.
Ahmed said Jama-e-Islami had secured 68 seats, and along with its other 10 allies, the bloc has 77 seats in the new parliament in the wake of yesterday's elections, the first in the country's post-Sheikh Hasina era. Bimbo Akambi, BCOS News.
To end news around the world, here again are the top stories. The federal government has intensified security operations across Nigeria's north-central region following terrorist attacks that left about 75 villagers dead in Kwara State. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released the official timetable for the 2027 general elections, with presidential and National Assembly elections scheduled to hold on Saturday, February 20, 2027. Governor Seyi Makinde has formally presented